Game night, guys. NRL round 23. NRLW round 3. Last week we hit it out of the park. We smashed it. I think we got about 5 dogs cash for us. It was such a big week of upsets. I'm glad we were there for most of them. The Raiders beating the Roosters here was one we didn't see coming. It's unfortunate we didn't pick that one up as well. But almost a flawless week. Can we do it again this week? Probably not, but we're going to give it one hell of a shot. Starting first here, and we're going in deep, we're going in hard straight away here. NRLW, Thursday night game, Sydney City Roosters versus the Dragrons girls. Roosters lost to a fighted up Raiders team. We seen that last week. Are they suffering the same fate as the boys? Is there a curse on the eastern suburbs? They have all the talent, no fire at the moment, both teams. So we're going to see how this plays out. Jess Sager's in, Hill out, one in, one out for the Roosters. A lot of shuffling going on in the team at the moment. The former Wallaroo and Grace Hamilton is rejoins and is put on the bench. Just shows their depth, shows their talent, shows how star-studded their team is. With all this shuffling going on though, will that upset them? Dragons ran in easy tries against poor defense from the Eels. They looked fantastic in the 38-12 win over the Eels, but again the Eels just looked poor. But Tegan Berry ran in 2 tries. Further cementing my love for her. I'm falling head over heels for this girl. She's absolutely fantastic. She's the queen of Dragons. Absolutely slaying it at the moment. And so we're going to back it. We're going to go with her. We may even put a try bet down on her. Why not? So they've got a new number 9. Carla Crown did such a good job last week. They said, you know what? You stay there. Gotta love that sort of reward and effort there. However, it was again against a poor defence there from the Eels. All that being said, big underdogs. We're going for them. Dog of the week. Nice and early, straight out the gate. Can they do it? I'm not 100% sure. All I know is there's no reason not to. Roosters didn't turn up last week, and there's no reason to presume. I'm not just going to presume they turn up this week. They've had a bit of shuffling going on in their pack. They seem unorganised, a little disgruntled. Dragons are on fire. Back in the Dragons. Simple as that. Now, if the Roosters do turn up and play, they are at home. They will have the fans there. They will have the crowd there backing them. We've seen how effective that was against them last week. So if they do turn up to play, we're gonna be down, and it hurts to be down on the first game of the week, but it's a risk we're gonna take. As for the boys, they've been in that run for a long time. They look like they're just starting to come out of the run. Eagles did beat them 18-16. That was only 4 weeks ago. Egan Butcher is out, so that's 2 ups for the Eagles already. They've got one in, one out. They do have 100 club game celebrations. That's another in. And Daly Charlie Evans has scored 4 tries in the last 4 games against the Roosters. If you like that little stat, he's paying $3.60 to score a try. Talk about a turnaround. So everything's stacking up here for the Eagles. Both teams are still in the top 8, are they? Are they still in the top 8? I don't know if either team are going to make the top 8. Well, I mean, they're not in the top 8 right now. In the running for the top 8, sorry. Need to rephrase that a bit better. Roosters were my value pick of the week. We're going to have to change that. I'm getting a little worried. Getting cold feet coming into this one. It's really a 50-50 game. You know what? Roosters are the pick. They are the value bet. I've already got money on them. Can't change it now. But yeah, low confidence coming into this one. Speaking of confidence, we were all up on the Warriors. We were going hard on the Warriors until this happened. Alright, 22-13 win over the Cowboys. Ooh, alright, step back a bit, boys. They got a fullback good to go. Fafita will miss the game with an ankle injury though. So at least that's one positive there for the Wars. Skipper Tino is suspended. That's a big up for the Wars. Oh, we're just putting marks everywhere now. Campbell has scored 3 tries in 3 games against the Warriors. He's also paying $4. So if you're into that sort of stuff, Warriors are coming off the bye. They have no changes. They have their winger is just on fire. So it's all looking good for the Warriors here. We might even back them 13 plus just to make it worth the money. Otherwise, we have to look for them to put them in some sort of parlay somewhere. You know what? Let's do it. Warriors 13 plus. Alright, coming in next, we have the Storm, who fell off 34-16 in round 19, and Nathan Cleary wasn't even in that game, and they still lost. It is number 4 versus number 1. We already know who these teams are. Both teams coming off big wins. Panthers 28-0 embarrassment of the Sharks. Storm with their 46-16 dominant win over the Eels, although it was a depleted Eels team. Big Nelson is back. That's a big up for the Storm. And Tyron Peachy is out. That's a big down for the Panthers. Storm are looking good at their $3.10. I've got to admit, they are looking good at their $3.10. $1.35. No real value here for the Panthers. Going to be a big game, dangerous game, heavy hitting game. They're lucky they got Nelson back. You know what? I am leaning towards the Storm. I am going to tip the Storm here. At $3.10, I should just bet on them too. But no bet for me on this one. Cowgirls versus Broncos. Cowgirls upset the reigning champs last week with their 31-20 win, despite the Knights scoring twice in the second half when the Cowboys were down to 12 players. So imagine if they didn't get those 2 tries in, it would have been even more embarrassing. They won that game coming off the back of this girl right here. Tremendous kicking, including the field goal, and a 40-30. Boom. Broncos, on the other hand, lost the arm wrestle against the Titans last week in Golden Point, despite having the first shot. Autumn, Rain, Stephens, Daly. Like, come on, man, you can't have 4 names. You can't. That's ridiculous. She is named to play on the wings. I believe that's the Cowboys. Tony Hunt is the new winger. So they've got a couple new faces here for the Broncos. But with the where's my highlight? With the Cowboys having the best kicker in the game, and it's only been 2 rounds, right? It's only been 2 rounds, but the Broncos have missed more tackles in the opening 2 rounds. So they seem to have the worst ball. They've made the most tackles and missed the most tackles. So they seem to have the worst ball control and worst defense so far this season. That being said, they are 0 for 2. Okay, that's going to hurt them. These girls are not going to come out 0 for 2 and just play casually. They're going to be coming out as strong, as hard, and as fast as they can. That being said, Emma Meserman, we're going for it. We're going for the. It's a coin flip. This will be my value pick for the week. I just feel with their kicker and their defense equals Cowboys could win this, and they're at home, so they're going to have the crowd. So we're going for the Cowgirls. Sorry, Broncos. We've got the Sharks and the Titans. Titans' Golden Point victory came for a surprise as much as the Tigers win over the Sharks did. This Tricky's out for 1 game. I wish it was more than 1 game. The big number 10 hit dropped and then pushed the little Tigers number 2. That was just an act of bullying. It really upset me. I didn't like it. I know there's a lot of push and shove and even the occasional punch being thrown around in the it's a physical game, things happen, but I don't think I've ever seen a big number 10 try and pick on the little number 2 before like that. It was absolutely disgraceful. I'm glad she got sent off. It just made me not like the Sharks. It put a big black stain for me on the Sharks, and I'm glad she's out. I wish it was more than 1 game, to be honest. Anyway, let's move on. So they're out. They're missing 1 big player. Titans have a big player returning. Sharks have the best completion rate. Titans have the most line breaks in the competition so far. Again, it's only been 2 rounds. Take it with a pinch of salt. However, that being said, I will be back in the Titans here. No bet. Cowboys. So this is after the Cowgirls play the Broncos. The Cowboys play the Broncos too. It's the way of the future, I think. I hope this happens all the time. I hope there's always the girls' game before the boys' game. Play the same teams. Just blow the girls' league up. Let's go. Cowboys lost to the Titans 22-13. Ouch. Broncos, on the other hand, demolished the Roosters. So it's 8th place Cowboys. That's important. Right? Only 2 competition points separate the 6th and 11th place teams. So close this year. But Valentina Holmes out for 4 matches. That's the big news for this game. Valentina Holmes gone. They do have Griffin returns. This dude's returned. But it doesn't equal Valentina Holmes. Meanwhile, the Broncos have 2 players in. Everything's looking good for the Broncos. They're on form, coming into it at the right end of the season. You can't beat these 4 dudes. Drinkwater's in here by himself with Holmes out. They're at home, right? They're at home. They're a different team at home, but no bet. Dolphins lost to the Bulldogs, while the Knights smashed the Raiders. That's all you need to know. That's everything right there. 13th place. Do they still have top 8 hopes? I don't think so. But 9th place Knights, they certainly do. They're going to be keen. They're going to be fired up. Dolphins have 1 out. No changes here for the Knights. Everything's looking good. Chuck them in your parlay. Let's go, the Knights. They're storming into the top 8. All the way to the grand final, baby. Probably not, but hey. Saturday night game, nothing to be said here. Rabbits cruised to an easy win over the Tigers. Sharks were held to the 0. 5th place versus 7th place. I don't see the Sharks staying in the top 8, to be honest. They conceded 102 points in 3 matches. Rabbits do have an injury, but Sharks have a bigger injury. Will Kennedy out? That's horrible. They do have Ronaldo coming back. That's huge. That's a huge win for them, but Will Kennedy... So it's kind of almost equal. And they do also have another dude coming back. But despite the reinforcements, look for the Rabbits to get an easy win. Rabbits 13 plus would be my pick. Will we bet on that? No bet on this game. Maybe Rabbits 13 plus. That is the pick. Sorry, Sharks. NRL early Sunday game, we have the Parramatta Eels versus the Newcastle Knights. Both teams lost last week, so they have a $4.45 price tag when both teams lost. Knights lost to the Cowgirls and Eels lost to the Dragrons. Another display of poor defense from the Eels. This was last year's grand final. The Knights have 11 players from that last year's grand final. The Eels only have 4 players left. Still looking for their first win. Will play before the boys. So, again, this is another double hitter. So hopefully the fans... We've seen how valuable the crowd was to the girls last week. Got the Raiders to win. Will it do the same for the Eels here? Might be worth a punt. However, the Knights should be too big, too strong. Should get it done. Not because the Knights have been looking super fantastic. They do have their co-captain, Hannah Southwell, returns. That should be a big up for them. Help give them more direction around the field in that. They also have the Kiwi Fern returning, English Star returning, the superstar studded lineup. It's just more so fading the Eels, because the Eels are just... They haven't been on the same level as the rest of the teams. This, oh my god. I've got to get better at drawing hearts. Alright, we got hearts all over the place. I love all these girls. This is going to be the battle of the centers right here. These two girls, they're both little workhorses. They're both little bulldozers. It's going to be a fantastic matchup. No changes for either team. Both teams confident after last week. Tigers held the Sharks to 0 points. The Raiders upset the Roosters. This should be a fantastic clash, and no bet for me. Let's just sit back. If I have to choose, I'm going with the Tigers if I have to choose. But no bet on this game. But this is gonna be my favorite clash of the whole round. I can't wait for this game. Break out the champagne for this one and just sit back and enjoy it. Love it. Sunday game. It's a coin flip. Alright. Sunday game. Eels lost to a full-strength Storm side. They've conceded 70 points in the last 4... Well, that's not too bad. Fortnight, that's 4 games. Dragons lost 18-24 to the weakened Eagles. 11th place, 16th place, both these teams. Dylan Brown does return. That's huge for the Eels. That's a huge up for the Eels. And he had a 7-match suspension, which... Can we talk about that real quick? Let's talk about that real quick. He wasn't playing a game when he did that. I'm not too sure what happened. But it wasn't during the NRL. Okay, he did that off-field. If it was against the law, let the law do all of it. You're not the law, NRL. You're not the law. Okay? As far as I'm concerned, the NRL should have had no action, no say, and nothing should have been done about it. If what he did outside the game was against the law, put him in jail. Did the police put him in jail? No, because it wasn't that serious. So let him play. That's all I have to say about it. He didn't do anything wrong in the sense of being an NRL player. So let him play. I think this was absurd. Anyway, enough said. Dragons have 1 out. Dragons were my dog of the week. They were my pick. Dylan Brown returns. Is it enough? Is it enough to turn the Eels season around? I guess we're going to find out. They should beat the Dragons. Look at this head-to-head, $1.16. But we're back in the Dragons. We've got the Dragons girls and the Dragons boys. That's Double Dragon, right? Do you remember that old video game? We're rocking Double Dragon this weekend. I just don't know if I have any faith in this. But too late. We placed it. We put it down. It's in. It's locked in, boys. It's locked in. Second to last game, Canberra Raiders versus the Tigers. Not much to be seen here. Both teams embarrassed last week. Raiders lost to the Knights, and the Tigers showed a glimpse, but were pretty much dog-walked by the Rabbits. Fifth place Raiders. Last place Tigers, obviously. Nothing left to play for. Wooden Spooners. Fifth place Raiders. How are they fifth place? I don't know. But they should win this game. They should win it easy. There's a nice parlay there. Put them in a parlay somewhere. They've got one in. Tigers have 2 outs. They have 2 outs, 1 in. Why is Wakeman not in the team? I don't understand it. I hope the Raiders give you a good pumping, and I hope Wakeman watches from the comfort of home with his speed up and enjoys the game. That's all I've got to say about that one. All that being said and done, let's go recap. So, dog of the week was the Dragons, both Dragons. That's even gone up. That's gone up in value now, so we might have to double down and put another bet on that. Because I only got them at 410. They're like at 510 now. So a lot of money coming in here on the Eels. I don't know where that value's. Whatever. Let's carry on. So dog of the week, Double Dragon. Value bet was the Roosters. I feel like changing it to the Broncos. Especially with what happened to the Cowboys. Something happened. Something happened in here. Oh, Valentino Holmes is gone. So with no Valentino Holmes, I feel a lot more confident in the Broncos. That is great value. I don't know. Are they still paying that $1.75? Where did they go? They're down to $1.56. That's still worth it. That's still a good value bet. Yeah, so we're going to change the value bet to the Broncos. However, I've already placed the Roosters bet. It is what it is. But we'll be putting one on the Broncos as well. That's the new value bet for the week. Safety parlay. Let me get my pen out. Safety parlay was the Knights and the Rabbits. And that's the safety parlay. That's locked in. That's booked in. We're also going to add in the Knights NRLW team as a third leg to that parlay. And because we're so uneven, not very confident on the value bets, I sort of just want to cross them out and have no value bet this week and double down on the parlays and put the Warriors, Raiders, and Eels in a parlay. Because I'm confident on the boys, even though the Titans, but they're missing their captain, so up the wires. We've got the Eels here, even though the Dragons are my dog of the week, and the Raiders. I feel confident in that. We're going to put that as a second parlay, and then if you want to combine both parlays, there'll be a $4 parlay if you go for the 6-leg parlay. Just put all 6 of those teams in, and why not? Maybe even the Panthers could go in there. I think that's it. Bet responsibly, have fun, guys. Stay safe. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for listening. Thank you to the subscribers. Y'all making the dreams come true. Teamwork makes the dream work. All that stuff. Let's see if we can do it again. Double Dragons. I think we're doing double Knights as well, aren't we? Yeah, double Dragons, double Knights. Medieval week. Hopefully we can pull it off. Go the Warriors. Stay safe, guys.